You people bought a ticket to see me, so shut up.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no control.
Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you live under a rock,
I might
you
grab
are
a bat,
looking
I
at
don't
the
know, my
youngest
rap, my
and
blood
fastest
boils
rising
over like,
star in
oh God, here
professional
goes. I
wrestling
lost all
today.
feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you gon' wish you had shut the fuck up real bad.
Shut up.
Hey, how's it going there? Anyway,
Oh.
today, I am actually gonna put away my pride and let Adam, the Mark Man, do his job and talk about some AEW. So we're gonna see how someone else does today as the host. So let's see if
That's
he can
the
do better
Diff
than me.
Man.
Spoiler
That's Adam the
alert.
Diff Man. Get it right, you jobber.
Which spoiler alert, I'm not the jobber, okay? I've been a maid slave here for a while now, and I'm one of the most entertaining people on this show, by the way. Already. I mean, come on. I'm heel for a reason. But we'll save the the lamest for last. So Jedi, how you doing?
What is up, wrestling community? It is the AEW Heal the Ring edition. We got Heal, we got Adam, the Diff Man, and in with us. Salute to you. With no further ado, let's get right into AEW, and we'll go right to Adam. Adam, take
We
it
were
away.
so close to getting Adam Page. We're just one name off.
It's Thursday night, and you know what that means. It's time for another AEW Dynamite review on Heel of the Ring. And here I am, already better than Heel. More entertaining than Heel, better looking than Heel, but you can't see that. But I guarantee you I am.
Better looking the hell. Whoa, I don't want to get too personal, but I just want to say I'm taking your nut.
All right, well, that aside, let's get into the AEW Dynamite review. Kev, thank you very much for having me here. I really appreciate you having me on the show. Heel, you're mid. Anyway,
If I'm a
so
mid carder, then what are you?
I'm the main event. I'm the whole damn show.
You know what you are? You're that unsigned free agent on the W2K roster, like the Jody Garcia or something like
Jody Garcia. Is that Lillian Garcia's younger brother? Anyway,
no, it's
so
a female, Jody Garcia.
Right. So
Yeah.
well, anyway, AEW Dynamite review from 5/4, May 4th, by the way, since this is Jedi Sports Network. I didn't get to say May the 4th be with you. So happy Revenge of the Sith. So we start by opening up with Jeff Hardy with Matt versus Bobby Fish with Kyle O'Reilly. Adam Cole is on commentary for this match, and this is a Owen Foundation tournament qualifier. What do you guys think of this match?
First and foremost, I liked it. It looked like the show was ready to pop him. It had the crowd hot already. As soon as Adam Cole's music, baby, and he just comes in for commentary. The crowd is ruckus. JR, couldn't even finish his opening monologue, and the music came out, and the crowd was jumping electric. And we're seeing these two guys going at it before they even get in the ring. I mean, you gotta love it. One thing I can say about AEW, when that light goes on, when they go live, that I gotta give it to the crowd. They are hot. They are ready to go. I don't know what they do before to pre-up or to warm up the crowd, but it works every time. It looks good, at least from my television, from my living room, week after week. What are your thoughts, Theo?
The one thing I can give Adam Cole is he knows how to get a reaction, and I think that's why he keeps getting signed no matter what. Because the one thing about wrestling is it doesn't matter how good or bad you are in the ring, as long as you wrestle safe and get a reaction, you're good to go. You're always gonna have a job. And Adam Cole, that's his bread and butter. He gets a reaction, and he's a good worker. And Jeff Hardy, I mean, he's Jeff Hardy. I mean, let's be real. He's a legend. He's always going to be there. And I saw this match, and I was like, you know what? It was Kylie Riley, right? That faced Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
In
No,
my
Bobby
mind,
Fish. It was Bobby Fish.
Bobby
Kyler
Fish.
Riley.
Bobby
Yeah,
Fish. Okay.
Bobby Fish was Kyler Riley was with Bobby Fish.
Okay. And the way I saw it is, in my mind, I'm like, Bobby Fish probably needs to go over here because Jeff Hardy's always going to be Jeff Hardy, right? He's always going to be a legend, future Hall of Famer for the WWE, and if whatever other wrestling organization decides to have a real Hall of Fame. But Bobby Fish, he can really use this win. But Jeff Hardy won, and I was like, okay, whatever. Maybe Jeff's gonna let some other guy go over. It is what it is.
I'll be
What do you
honest.
guys think?
I'll be honest. I
Should
was
Jeff
not
Hardy had
really.
won this match, or you like
Yeah,
me
Jeff
and you're like,
Hardy.
what, Bobby Fish really could have used this W here.
Jeff Hardy won with the Swanton. I thought it was an okay match. I didn't think it was great. I'll be honest. There are some points where Jeff just looked really slow and old, and it kind of reminded me of Harrison Ford in like those later Indiana Jones movies where it's like, there he goes now, really slow, moving slow now, cause he's old. Like that's what I was reminded of. I didn't think it was a bad match. I thought it was just okay. There was one spot I thought was really cool, which was Jeff kicking out of the top rope Falcon Arrow. I thought that was really cool. But then he kind of blew it by not only moving really slow to get us to the top rope, but almost killing Bobby Fish with a I don't know what that was, like some kind of corkscrew off the top, and he hit him with his leg, and he went up for the swanton and hit the swanton. So other than that one really cool move, which was the top rope Falcon Arrow, I thought that was it, by the way. When he hit that top rope Falcon Arrow, I was like, all right, that's it. 1, 2, 3, match is over. Jeff kicks out. I was like, wow. First of all, good on Jeff for taking that move. And second, it was just really impressive that he kicked out. But other than that, I thought it was just an okay match.
I see. I kind of tend to disagree a little bit because I think that was a phenomenal match. I thought the match got what we wanted. We got the pop in the crowd going to start the event. You could have easily said we could have put that match as a main event.
I'm not going to go that far.
To close out. Oh wait, hold on.
No.
Hold on. Let me get to my point with that. Why it should be a closing match, because you not because the match could have been a little. It was a little sloppy. Maybe Jeff may look a little slow, but there's a storyline. Remember what you said? AEW was lacking storyline. There's a storyline being built here for present, future, and even past. If you think about it, because the winner of this fight between these two gentlemen gets to fight Darby Allin. Now, you got Jeff Hardy winning this, and I'm agreeing that he's going to win that, because you're going to see the past versus the present, or the future, which is you're looking at Jeff Hardy 20 years ago or 20 years ahead, vice versa, with Darby Allin when they're going to fight each other. That's who Darby Allin is, who Jeff Hardy was, and they're going to go at it. That's one storyline. Second storyline, after the match was concluded, you saw the Young Bucks come out. Now, kudos, no one interfered, no one fought, or it was clean wrestling, good match, clean. No one interfered, no interference. But you're taking for granted that's between the Young Bucks and the Hardys. And no punches were thrown, no advancement, but that stare, like setting it up for later down the road. We're gonna revisit this and we're gonna and if and AEW could build that storyline and market the living crap out of it, they got something there. Remember, these two tag teams never fought in a mainstream venue at all. They
Right.
only fought one time in a minor wrestling organization, one match only. And if you're gonna put the Young Bucks and the Hardys, the future, these two world-renowned tag teams, and they're setting it up. They're giving it to you right there. They're building a storyline, regardless if you thought the match was not sloppy. But you got to look at the big picture here, and I think that's why I think it was. They should have closed out Dynamite with that, because then you leave that with them staring at that aura like, oh wow, Bucks Hardy dream matchup, and it would have ended. But all in all, I thought it was a good match, and because of the storylines and what it built, all the different possibilities, and I liked it. Also, Adam Cole, is he going to get frustrated that his elite club is lost that qualifier? And man, I think I got to do it myself. So you're building storylines from everywhere, and it's not just throwing a bunch of wrestling, a bunch of guys against the wall, and let's see if it holds. And I think that they really nailed that, in my opinion.
I,
I got to
I
agree with that. Sorry, Hio, to cut you off, but I got to agree with that. I just thought that a lot of the matches on this card were way out of order, but I'll get to that later. Anyway, what were
Yes.
you gonna
no
say,
no
Hio?
no.
Sorry. Sorry.
I agree with everything like that too. But my only question then to you is, what else do you open the show up with? Well, without
Okay. If you want, if me personally, you want to
because
get your.
you gotta get that reaction at the beginning. That's
Of
why I
course,
said
you could have done Jericho, because every Jericho. Let's face it.
okay.
Even if you're a person who don't know about AEW, but know if you're wrestling, or even if you're a tribal WWE fan, but you're flipping through the channels and you do see Chris Jericho, he's gonna captivate you. Remember the first unified heavyweight champion, and you see, oh look, Jericho, he's still wrestling. I didn't know that. He opens up the card and he has that tremendous match he had with Santana, and you go boom. Oh wow, you're vested. Then you want to throw a women's champion. The chronological order of the matches, and I'm not the booker because it's easier to say, and a program director. It's easier to say it when you're sitting in the couch than being the one in charge. But other than that, I think I would have went with that and done that iconic move at the end. But it is what it is. So it happened It happened what happened the last night. So let's go on with what happened. But I
All
think
right.
personally I would have went that way.
All right.
All right. So next up, we have a great Rigo segment, and I thought that this segment was like phenomenal, with him talking about the Blackpool Combat Club and scars her forever and everything like that. And this segment for me was just like, I loved it because Rigo, to me, I'm so glad he's in AEW, and I think that Blackpool Combat Club, those three guys, Danielson, Yuta, and Mox, Rigo is exactly what they need.
As a mentor mouthpiece, I agree with you on that. Phenomenal job. But I know that AEW is always building something here. What are they building when it comes to these three gentlemen? Now, let me ask. What I mean is this: they are a Blackpool club, but they still come out to individual. They are they going to be a trio, or are they individuals? Because if they're a group, they should come out. I don't know. Do you like
Yeah.
them coming all together, or do you like what they're currently doing, each one in their own individuality? What's your thoughts on that, Heel?
If they're gonna be a trio here or whatever, they need to be a trio. They can't just be like, oh, we're just kind of like there. Because watching this segment, I was like, yeah, I like the chemistry because like I like what's going on here. Like even Daniel Bryan or Brian Danielson, whoever you want to call him, I believe in many interviews he said he's been a fan of William Regal. So obviously they're gonna have natural chemistry. However,
Yeah.
if you're gonna do this, go all the way with it. Don't just do promos like this. And if you're not gonna do it this, then obviously Brian Danielson should be doing bigger things. And I
Yeah,
guess
I kind of feel like
yeah.
I kind of feel like Brian Danielson, he gets too much of a pop with his own theme when he comes out, so they don't really want to ruin that. If they came out as a trio, so it wouldn't be as big of a pop where Mox and Danielson, and even Yuta a little bit, get enough of a pop on their own where they don't have to come out as a trios right now. But at the same time, you're right. It just feels like three guys who are teaming with one another, rather than like an established trios. You know what I mean?
Right, right. It kind of takes away from them being like you know, a group, you know. But
Definitely.
but I think the one who's benefiting the most is Wheeler Yuta, you know. And but you guys, right now they got nothing scheduled for All or Nothing. They're not on the card at all. Nothing scheduled. It makes you wonder what are they doing with this? Are they trying to find another trio to feud with these guys? But or what's their thought? What's your thought? Do they have, or are they just gonna make up three guys and because they have a plethora of talent that they could feud. You got the Black Order. You got Malachi Black and his group.
The
You got
Undisputed Era or
yeah,
Undisputed Elite, sorry.
yeah, Undisputed
Yeah.
Elite.
Well,
What
they're all going to be in Owen Cup. Oh no, that's right. The only two of them maybe are going to be in a match for the Owen Cup. Because the finals are going to be at Double or Nothing.
correct?
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys that you could put up against them. They're doing nothing with Dark Order right now,
Hmm.
so you can have them feud with Dark Order. Um, you have you have Church of Black, which right now is feuding with what's it called, Death Triangle, which I think should be an interesting feud. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's definitely other guys that you could put them up against. But so speaking of Blackpool Combat Club. The next match is Blackpool Combat Club versus Butcher, Blade, and Angelico, and Regal is on commentary. What do you guys think of this match?
You want to go first, Kev?
No problem. The match was
Uh,
good. It was a solid match. Once again, you see everyone finishing have a finishing move with with the Dragon Sleeper. You've seen all their finishing move there again. But it's starting to it's phenomenal. Will Yuta is getting over and over. You know, Moxley. But again, what's next? Are we gonna see this? It's starting to become like a veer moment. You know, I'm not saying they were gonna squash them, but it kind of seems like they don't have any resistance. They haven't had any adversity and I would like to see the Blackpool Club get some adversity, some get there, put them against the wall, a group that was just like, oh, we're in a fight. So I would like to see that. All in all, though, I see what they're doing, how they're putting them over, and Regal and so forth. I like what I'm seeing, but it's getting to the borderline. It might just get a little stale. Or okay, what now? Who you gonna bring? Who's the next three ham and eggers you're gonna bring out here for these guys to squash?
for me, it's kind of like you, Kev. I didn't know how to feel about this match. Obviously, I'm excited about Angelico because I mean, I don't know about you, Kev, but like I literally have like this. I don't know. I'm a big simp for like lucha libre, or anyone that does a lucha style. So
Correct.
like when I saw Angelico back when he was wrestling for AAA, I that's when I started to love him as a wrestler. I know we'll talk about another lucha libre later on, but like, so yeah, I want them to push Angelico because again, I want someone to at least try to get the Spanish viewer like us, because again, we will always love lucha libre. Lucha libre will always be a big part of wrestling. Um, and again, it was just cool to see him there. However, I don't know. I just I was when I saw this match, I was like, okay, it's happening. But the only one I really
Yeah,
care about is Angelico.
yeah. I think Kev made a good point when he said, who are the next ham and eggers that they're going to throw them up against? Because that's all they've kind of faced so far is just ham and eggers. So they need to put them up against somebody other than that. Blade may or may not have botched a clothesline over the top rope during this match. I think it was to Danielson.
Oh,
I
you
don't
want to talk
remember.
about a botch? We're gonna talk about one later.
Let me
Okay.
let me let
Oh,
me
I
ask
think
you
I,
this. Let
Uh,
yeah.
me ask you this, Adam, real quick.
Hmm?
With Double or Nothing coming up, and Wheeler Yuta with the tournament that what is it, that the cruiserweight tournament that they're gonna have in New Japan, and Tony Khan gave the green light for him to go. He says he prefer him to go wrestle there. Of course, he's gonna get better experience. He's gonna fight some good fight for cruiserweights in that
Yep.
tournament in New Japan. Does it push back now the Blackpool club, or maybe do they still book them in there where they get some adversity and they lose in a numbers game because Willie Yuta's not there, and to show how much not that he's the most important wrestler, but you could put him over because they need him in that strength of unity to combat this new group that comes out of nowhere and assaults even Regal. Maybe Tony Brancher. Tony Brancher comes out of nowhere and brings some guys. Maybe you bring some guys from Ring of Honor, a staple to start beating them up. Who knows? I'm just throwing that out there.
I think that would be definitely interesting. I think that Danielson and Mox can hold their own without Yuta. I'm not trying to say that Yuta is the weakest. I'm not trying to say that Yuta is the weakest of the group, but he's the newest, he's most inexperienced, but he's majorly over. I thought that the Blackpool Combat Club looked really good in this match. Butcher, Blade, and Angelico didn't really look as good as Danielson, Mox, and Yuta, but I think that without Yuta, maybe, I don't know, maybe Regal can recruit somebody else. But I think in terms of like getting destroyed, I think it would kind of depend on the strength of the group that you're putting them up against. So if you're putting them up against, say, like a Malachi Black and a Brody King, I think it would be okay to make Danielson and Mox maybe look a little bit weaker than they normally do. But they're looking really strong right now. I can tell you that much.
Right, because you see when it sometimes that here's a problem that I have with AEW just currently right now in a other feud that we're gonna get to, the numbers game. Right. I do not like to see the 3-on-5, and we'll get to that later. Like where we're going with this, you need two more folks because you can't always be having this feud and you're always underman. And my point is maybe they could learn from that stupidity, that mistake that I'm feeling that they're losing some essence on a feud going on elsewhere in the company. Maybe they could use that just for that night because and it could highlight Willie Yuta fighting in New Japan where he was and the experience level, and also bring eyeballs to that tournament and go, man, he fought there. Maybe I go check it out on YouTube. Since now they're cross promoting and they're helping each other. Maybe that's a way of helping or putting that tournament over. I'm just thinking maybe a little bit outside the box, but too much for my pay rate.
What do you think, Heel? You there, Heel? All right.
Sorry,
so,
what was
that? So, do you have anything else to say about Blackpool Combat Club, or do you want to move on to next segment?
On. Yeah.
All right. So next we have Shavante. Tony Schiavone backstage with Starks and Hobbs. Christian, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus come out, and we're going to get Jungle Boy versus Starks next week for the FTW Championship. All right, exactly.
I was like, I have to say something about this. I was like,
all right,
really on it.
Listen, I like the fact that they say I want a title shot for the tag team title belts, and I like when Jungle Boy says, no, I want a title shot. If you want these, I gotta get a title shot at that FTW. Now, the FTW is to me personally, I think it's an unsanctioned belt. You might as well call it a 24/7 belt.
Exactly.
No one has. I think and my question is, how in the world is that that's an ECW belt, the property of the WWE? What the hell is it doing on AEW? But I digress. The last person that and only one, I think only one person, and please check it out or cross reference me or fact check me. I think the only person that ever won that FTW belt was Sabu.
I'm gonna check that out. I think there may have been other FTW champions, but I would definitely look into that. But yeah, I agree. I mean, it's kind of a pointless belt. But I think
$1 million belt, maybe like a novelty. It's more like a novelty belt.
Yeah, it's a novelty belt. It's like the 24/7. I think Taz might actually own the rights to the name FTW though. But
you know what we missed up? You know what? Those commercials I'm missing out on right now. Ted DiBiase doing those Allstate commercials in England. Everyone knows the price. So what's in your wallet?
All right, my friend. This is the first one.
You know what? You just made the list. Oh no!
Oh, here we go.
I was going to say Kev play the clip, but I think you already know what to do.
But all in all,
So
with
then,
that FTW belt, right? Just
right.
wanted to elaborate real quick before we move on with that belt. If Jungle Boy, if they want to put relevancy to that belt and maybe say, you know what, let's add a belt and get someone over and some pop, and maybe Jungle Boy does. I think Jungle Boy. We were mentioning. I don't know if we mentioned when we had Alex on. Alex Coquito. He was mentioning about Jungle Boy could see him fight singles, and also Luchasaurus could fight singles. As well as they don't retain the belt, so forth. My point is, you could put relevancy to that belt, and also get him over. I think Jungle Boy is the perfect guy that could try to win and get that belt over, establish it as a minor or mid card championship, and eventually that's a belt for Hook to come and take down the road. But we got plenty of time to
Yes, that would be interesting.
Yeah,
like
just
that.
like you, Kev, I would love for Jungle Boy to win the title or whatever. But imagine if he exited the ring on like a real like jungle rope or whatever to Phil Collins' "You'll Be in My Heart," the Tarzan song. You'll be in my
boy,
heart.
you're on fire
Chip,
tonight.
you know what? You just made the list.
Oh no! Oh, here we go.
Two. That's two. So after the commercial break, we have Schiavone backstage with I keep saying his name wrong. Schiavone.
Shivani. But you know what?
Shivani.
Salute to Big Task at hand. I wanted to shout out my main man, Big Task. But like The Rock says, it doesn't matter what your name is. Go ahead, Adam.
So we have Schiavone backstage with Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. Keith Lee says that they're going to swerve in our glory. Watch. That's literally what I wrote. Watch.
Swerve in our
Swerve
glory.
in our glory.
Let me ask you this, Adam. Where is this thing going with Swerve and Keith Lee? Do you see a possibly Swerve heel turn on Keith Lee? Or what?
Heel. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. All I know is they probably paid a lot of money for Keith Lee, and I don't really know if they're getting their money's worth right now out of Keith Lee by having him feud with Team Taz. Although, I mean, CM Punk did feud with Team Taz when he first came in, and they paid a lot of money for
I
Punk.
know my laugh's annoying to anyone listening to this, but what does that mean? I need to Google Translate right now.
Google Translate. Hey Siri, what does swerve in our glory mean? So yeah, I don't know where they're going with Keith Lee. I would like to eventually for him to have the TNT. Will you please shut the hell up?
Hold
I
on.
don't know
Adam, give me 1 minute. I want to first say hello to Eli from the Midwest Marks podcast. Adam, when you have a chance, I need you to check my friends out from the Midwest podcast. They also break AEW down and do freaking well job. I just wanted to say hello to him and break him down. Eli, what's up? The Midwest podcast. Check them out, our friends. So go ahead, Adam. Go back.
Yeah.
Continue to the program. Sorry to
Midwest
interrupt you.
podcast. Hey man, if you guys cover AW, definitely I'm down. Consider me already subscribed. So we have Wardlow versus a mystery air quotes, big air quotes here. Mystery opponent. Was anybody surprised? Was anyone? Yeah.
You know what?
I was a little.
Go ahead, Gil. You haven't talked for a while.
Oh, I actually love this segment. And I remember tweeting right after the segment. I was like, I don't care what happens before I die. We need, even if AEW has to give Miz all the money he wants, we need a Miz versus MJF match, and I mean a long feud too.
All right, but stay on topic. Stay on topic.
I know. I am. I'm just doing the whole segment 1-on-1 because anything MJF touches is always gold. Because he came out and cut a magnificent promo, and then when Morrissey came out, I mean, it's kind of weird too though, because I'm not gonna lie, I do check out Impact every now and again, and he plays a face character right now in Impact, but man, he can also play nice heel, and it's nice to see him regenerate his career because you know what happened with Enzo Morton while he's big cast. And I'm not gonna lie though, when Wardlow was messing with the straps, I don't know why I instantly started to think of like Jack Swagger's theme song. I was like, oh yeah. And then there was a botch in the match though, where he went for the big moonsault, and you can tell Morrissey either had trouble catching them or something,
Oh,
or
yeah.
and I was like, you know what, dude, you better be thankful you're athletic, or you probably would have been injured for a really long time.
What is with guys and botching moonsaults in AEW recently? It happened to Sammy a couple weeks ago with the ladder match, and then
Mhm.
it happens with Morrissey and Wardlow. Maybe guys in AEW should stop doing moonsaults.
How
People should
about
ban the moonsault.
How about for big guys? If you like to do like that kind of stuff, how about save it for special moments and leave it for the actual cruiserweights? I know, shocker, isn't it? Like,
All right.
yeah,
I liked the fight. You know, they brought Waller out like Goldberg again. You know, he's starting to get that Goldberg flair. You know, the crowd is screaming, yelling, and chanting Warlord out. You know, of course, you also had you had the pop from the crowd. That's what I like. You had a lot of heat with big. I'm gonna call him Big Cass. To me, he's just Big Cass. You
oh,
know,
you're soft.
yeah, Morrison. All right, Big Cass. I love the fact
Thanks,
that
brother.
they were chanting let's Enzo, and they're like, no we don't, we want Enzo, no we don't. That had me rocking, in my house. I was like, whoa, that was
Yep.
phenomenal. And then you
I
see
won.
him and then you see him giving the finger, to the crowd, and he played it properly. And also, one thing I want to say though, they didn't really bury Morrison, Cass that bad. He only did one power bomb symphony, of course, because he's a big man to power bomb. But they probably see something. Let's leave him. We're not gonna bury him and have him job deeply, because we could. There's a room where a big cast could be, AEW bound. I could see him working in AEW. He looks like he could work. And didn't you? And of course, Big Mark says Warlord is over. He is super over. He is like on fire over, like just like the emoji. What I can say about, but doesn't he look like Edge, or like Test, kind of like they
He,
had a baby?
he looks like, what if like Kurt Angle and Impact and Jack Swagger had like a child?
No, they're not even close. Look at the physicality, the eyes and the face, and it
Okay,
looks like.
I guess Kurt Angle and Brock almost, but like point is though, to me,
Angle and Brock is actually pretty good. Wow.
for me he's missing something though. Warlow,
Oh,
he needs, he
I
needs
thought you
more
were
of a
talking about. I thought you were talking about. I'm talking about Cass, but I understand.
no,
Okay.
no. He Warlow needs like more of a gimmick before I can really get into him. Like he needs
No, I
something.
think he's got the it factor.
Oh no,
He did.
no,
We
he's
did the
got
I
move.
think
it.
that MJF is definitely making Wardlow right now. I mean, MJF is getting Wardlow over. He's getting him that Goldberg heat, which I think
Yeah,
that he definitely needs.
yeah. And then you see at the end of the fight, at the end of the match, MJF with his, he sends a plethora of people. He sends a whole Royal Rumble after his rear end, and he just labels
Yeah.
everyone
Oh,
out.
MJF is so good right now.
Yes.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if he made a Kit Kat become president, like in 2024.
Yeah, he's got it
Yeah.
over, and then he's gonna make the announcement. You see, Warlow wants to get his release from his contract, and he said, we'll have a contract signing. So finally, we're gonna get a meaningful contract signing in Nassau Coliseum in Long
Oh
Island,
yeah.
and that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be, and it's gonna be something. First time you anticipate a contract signing, and we're gonna hear stipulations. I guarantee
What's
one
going
of
to
the
happen? I
stipulations.
mean, are they
I
going to
think
cheer? Are they going to cheer MJF again though, like they did last time they were on Long Island?
he's from Long Island. Those
Yeah.
people are we're nuts. We New Yorkers are nuts. So we'll cheer for him there. And I think he's gonna ban no power bomb. In my opinion, I think the same way he had Jericho. I think Jericho couldn't use Cold Breaker on his fight with him. Plan it out really good. So I like where this is going. Also with Warlord, I'm glad they didn't get him out with the handcuffs again. He was able to beat everybody in security, and it ended there. With that, one thing I'm gonna ask you guys: just think about 2 more years from now, or maybe hopefully in 2 more years, WrestleMania, Ron Breaker versus Warlord. Just think about it.
Wow, that would if WWE doesn't break Braun Breaker by then, yeah.
I want to hear MJF versus The Miz.
I think
That's what everyone wants to see. I think.
I would love to see Miz and Morrissey team up. Actually, instead of calling themselves Miz and Morrison, they can use the same T-shirts, but just like cross off the last couple letters, make it Miz and Morrissey.
Oh,
Anyway,
you know what? I'll even be fine with Miz and MJF being like a cocky tag team for a little bit. Like
I would love that.
Yeah.
No, I would love. On a serious note, I would love a Miz MJF tag team. Although you know that it's like who's going to turn on who first, you know?
Yeah, but you know they would be so entertaining together. Imagine all the stuff
Oh,
they
definitely. So yeah, so we have Wardlow winning with the power bomb after a semi-sloppy moonsault. I thought up to this point this was match of the night. Up to this match,
Okay.
this was match of the night. Then after the match, we have Wardlow basically killing all the security
definitely one of
and
them. That's
setting up the contract signing. What's that?
I said definitely one of them.
Yeah. I don't think it was match of the night, but I think it was match of the night so far.
Arguably, I can see why someone would argue it.
Okay.
So then we have I cannot say his name. Shimonte. Tony Shimonte.
Tony
promoting-
Samote.
Tony Salami. Let's go with Tony Salami. Tony Salami.
I think my gimmick is gonna be that I botched Shivani's name.
Yeah,
Um,
welcome to AEW.
just
Where
me.
Adam tried to learn his name.
That's usually my gimmick. But
Promoting a tag match between the women's tag match next week or this week rather on Rampage.
Oh my god, Kev! Every time he mispronounces his name, you should do like a Fandango fan bite where it's like, "No, I won't show up until you pronounce my name right."
And then we have Tony Schiavone interviewing Hangman Page. I thought this was an okay segment.
yeah, they this is the thing that I have an issue with AEW. They want to cram so much in such a short time. It's like less is more when it comes to that. You know, that. And there's also another promo that comes on later on in the program that was like, way too long. Like, or did we really need that? Or did I learn anything from that? So we'll get to that when we get to with one thing interesting. You're starting to see Adam Page turn a little heelish after that promo.
Yes, I noticed that too.
Oh yeah, when I saw that, I was like, "Finally, you showed some personality." It took you though to the end of your title reign, maybe.
Personality? What are you talking about? Hangman's had personality for a while.
For me, Hangman Page just comes off. Kev, I don't know, because you can be you're the middle ground here. I feel like, for me, Hangman Page is either he can either be kind of entertaining sometimes or he can be really boring. And for this title reign, like we've been saying, for me, he's been really boring. And when he's actually, I don't know why. But when he showed a little bit of his heelish side today, I was like, it's about time. Thank you.
I agree with you to that extent because what made Page show it was the chase to get the belt. He was hot. He was over trying to get Omega, trying to chase Kenny Omega. He was, and that chase. And when he finally got it, it's like, bro, you didn't take your game to another level. I don't know if it was he didn't have any competition whoever they booked him to fight, and he didn't bring it, or it was. Let's face it. What was his? What is if let's say Double or Nothing is his final run as a champion? What was the most memorable title defense with Page that you can remember in his title defense? I'll wait and listen. No one. You don't remember? Adam?
Oh, he had a. Oh, since he's become champion, well,
yes.
yeah, it has kind of been like a very lackluster title reign so far. I can't really think of anyone that since he won the title. I mean, the match where he won the
I
title.
know
was
the correct answer. The one coming up. Got you there.
There you
And
go.
yeah, and you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he retains the belt.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks that it's going to be Punk, but I would be surprised.
No, I honestly think this is just my prediction that Hangman is going to go over at Double or Nothing, and
Well,
actually, I'm sorry.
we'll do a prediction show for that, so you don't have
Yeah,
to.
no, we'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to the prediction show, but
Yeah, we'll
I
leave that.
think that Hangman might actually win this match, and they might put Punk over in Chicago at All Out.
I agree with that. That one.
Yeah. Or what they could do is they can have what's it called? Punk win this match and then lose to MJF in Chicago. Ooh.
Right.
Why not have Adam Page turn heel, like full on heel?
I think they
I feel
should.
I feel like they have to, with Punk being like as much of a babyface as he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's going to be difficult for the crowd to choose. Who do I choose in a babyface versus babyface? You could have that, but you got to be really iconic babyfaces. I don't think Page is not an iconic babyface. And you don't know who do you want the crowd to cheer for?
Well,
You want the persuasion of the crowd, and if you got Page and Punk and both are face, like.
Well, they did it with Hogan Warrior. It worked with Hogan Warrior.
But they're iconic. But like you said, they're iconic figures. Adam.
Yeah.
There was a build-up, a storyline. Punk, he might be iconic, but I'm thinking he's a little over the hill. And Page is not. Do you really? I don't know. It's not there. That pizzazz ain't there unless one turns extremely heel.
Yeah, and the more I think about it, the more that would benefit Adam Page. Is just like him seeing Punk having this great match, going back and forth for like 20, 30 minutes because it's AEW.
Oh, I thought of a good match. I thought of a good match that Adam Page had.
Hold on. And it took you long enough, and you're too late. And imagine like I know some people may be like, oh, really though? But imagine if Adam Page retains the title, about like disqualifying himself by eating CM Punk and pissing off the Chicago crowd. Imagine that reaction. And then he cuts a promo too while he's beating up CM Punk about how he's sick and tired of people criticizing him and thinking he's not good enough and stuff like that. I think that would be actually a great way to get him over. And then AEW saying, you know what, we'll give you a second chance with the title, but this time as a heel. And if you fail this time, then we're gonna take it off you and give it to MJF, the guy who rightfully deserves it.
Yeah. Hangman Page had two very good matches with Adam Cole. One on the pay-per-view and one on the Dynamite.
Ladies and gentlemen, it only took him a couple Googles to find this out.
but they were against the same guy, but the first match I think was a little bit better than the second, but they were both good matches.
All right. So we shall see on that world championship build up for Double or Nothing.
Yeah. Okay, Adam Page, Adam Diffman. What's next?
All right. So let's see.
You're the one that took notes. Any day now.
Yeah, please don't make me talk about this segment. All right. Then we have Jericho versus Santana. Jericho won with the Judas effect, and I thought this was a very good match.
Hold on, while we talk about Santana.
Okay, so I'll give my thoughts on that. I didn't see the fight, but then I saw the fight right before I came on the show because I said that was the only fight I didn't watch. It was a very good fight. The Judas Effect, again, when I was mentioning about the Blackpool club, when it's a 3-on-3 fights, as this guy, oh, look at this guy. It's Elias. There's Elias.
Just like the ocean, just like you move. Say it.
Boy, I wish right now I was Jeff Jarrett right now because I would take that guitar and I would break it over your head.
I would love to see that.
If Jericho, don't criticize on wrestling moves because I swear they're just so smooth.
Oh boy. Please stop.
I think your head over that guitar would have been perfect just to hear that crunch, the crunch. Oh man. Now, when I was mentioning about that fight and the numbers game, the Jericho Society has the numbers, and of course, I like the fact that they kept Eddie Kingston off because after that fireball in his face, you're gonna be healed a week later. I like the fact that they kept him off camera, just to keep it, just to give it a little bit of a realistic, kick to it. But they gotta get some more. They gotta find someone. They gotta bring maybe some guys from our Ring of Honor or from LAX. They need more in the numbers game. And I'm like, damn, more people to AEW because their roster's pretty full. If you ask me, I think they got way too much, but it's just the numbers game right now. What's your thoughts on that one, Adam? All in all, good fight. And also, before I kick it to you, again, referee Audrey, you gotta sell the distraction. That's what caused Jericho to get that, but they gotta do a better job, Missy. As a referee to try to sell it that you got distracted.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this match. And this match stood for almost entertaining wrestling. Get it, AEW.
No, not funny.
Ooh. Ooh. So I don't know. I thought that this match was maybe better than the Wardlow.
Adam, you're Transformer right now. You're coming in and out.
Megatron. Oh,
Not
sorry.
in the sky.
My name is Optimus Prime, and someday I will defend. And
Let's
in
see.
this movie,
Adam,
Okay,
let's see,
okay,
you're
okay.
back. There we go.
Okay,
He's back.
all right.
So I thought that this match was maybe better than Wardlow versus Morrissey. I thought that Wardlow versus Morrissey. Yeah. They were both very good matches. This was more my style of match. I thought this was even though I love hoss fights, I love just watching two guys that are hosses just go at it, but at the same time, this match did it for me more than that match. Thoughts?
No, I agree with you. Jericho, what a performer. In any level, the way he reinvents himself, I can't stop giving praise as long as you hear me. I will always give Chris Jericho his praise as props for reinventing himself, always being over no matter what time of his career. If it's Lionheart, so forth, Y2J, he's just over. He knows he gets it. He gets and a good performance. It was a very good fight. It was a really good match. They did really good job there. I like the fact the feud is going on. I like the fact that it kept Kingston, like I mentioned again earlier. But that numbers game, what's gonna happen here? They need to even it up because it's starting to okay, it's a 3-on-5. You're gonna keep getting your asses kicked, and that's all I got. That's only negative I got to say about that. But all in all, I like the heat. I like the pop, and I like what's going on with the feuding back and forth. But just that the mismatch in numbers is just what gets me a little bit okay, what's gonna happen here?
all I'm gonna say is that I should have gone Nova because my wrestling
All right,
is so smooth.
Do you have anything to say about the match?
Why did Jericho win? All right, about the match, it was solid. I mean, I didn't mind it.
So was a vowel movement, but you don't see me jumping up the joy.
You know what else is solid? That guitar that Kevin's gonna break over your head. It's pretty solid.
Ladies and gentlemen, stand up for the rhythm of Carlos Santana.
Oh boy. Oh. All right, so then we have a Joe
Jericho,
promo.
you know you're my lover.
This promo was very short and sweet and to the point. Something I wish he would be sometimes, short and sweet to the point. When he's not short, he's not sweet. He's not short and he's not sweet. And he always has a point. Then we have the Acclaim Gun Club backstage, which I don't know what the segment was. They're scissoring. I don't know.
You just want to born in, you know, in Small Town, Harlem.
Now,
Like,
the only thing I can say about that segment, Adam,
Yeah.
that Billy Gunn, for 50 plus years old, boy, he still got a physique. That's what, man. Other than
Definitely.
that, other than that, I don't know what the hell was that all about, man. That
I
was
don't know.
Spanish Harlem. I put the lyrics to it. Yeah, Spanish Harlem. There we go. Anyway, yeah, continue.
All right. So I think he was doing his own podcast over there.
Yeah.
He's not really part of ours. He's kind of broken away. He's gone rogue. All right. So then we have the Varsity Blondes coming out, and Julia Hart is still, I don't know, possessed by House of Black. I don't know what's going on with that. She lost her eye, but somehow she's like,
Hello?
Yes. Adam?
Adam just pulled the John Cena.
You can't see me. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna. We saw
Watch.
we saw the Hollywood Blonde. You're back, Adam. Adam.
Hello?
Raising Adam. Yes, we can hear you, buddy. We are
so
live.
then, all right. So then we have we're not pal. The Varsity Blondes.
You keep breaking up, my friend. Adam is having a little difficulty there. So we saw the Hollywood Blondes, the House of Black. We saw Pillman Jr. cut a big promo with John Harbaugh sitting in the ringside. And what's your thought? Adam, are you back?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, sir. Go ahead, sir, with the segment.
Well, I mean, I'll speak for Adam. Everything AEW does is awesome. I love this segment. And yeah, it's my favorite segment. Yeah. What else do you want me to say? The
All right,
segment
so I'll elaborate on that. I wanted him to make voice for a minute on him. So the House of Black, we saw Pillman talk just nonsense. Mention that more intense and wants to get his hand on Malachi Black and his group, and then the light shuts off, and here they come to the ring and they show up, and they're starting to creep themselves, slowly, and you see them in the corners of the ring post. The lights go back on, they come back on, and all of a sudden they get in the ring. And Adam, are you back with us?
I am with you.
All right, so I'm at the point. We're at the point of the Hollywood Blondes making their speech, and the lights shuts off.
Yep. All right.
What? Go ahead, take it from there, my friend.
All right. Thank you very much, Kev, for holding it down while I had those technical issues. As always, I have one question. Could they have cut to Harbaugh any more times during the segment?
Jim Harbaugh, you mean? Not Harbaugh.
Harbaugh.
Yeah,
Heel, in the words of the Rock, it doesn't matter what your name is.
unless he's the coach of the Jets or the Giants. That
Right.
Yeah.
Harbaugh.
Yeah.
They cut to him so many times during the segment. It was like, and then cut to Harbaugh. We're going to cut to Harbaugh. Face them, cut to Harbaugh. In the ring, yeah. It was so many cuts.
The Jim Harbaugh segment.
Yes. But yeah. The thing with Julia Hart, I don't know, is she still possessed? What's going on with that?
You know what? That was the most weirdest, and like I could have been. I wish I had an extra 10 minutes of my life back because of watching that. To be honest with you, because would have been greater as soon as they came out to all three members on the ring post. One of the Hollywood Blondes knocked one of them off the ring post on the floor, and then they go all out 2-on-2. They go at it, and then until the other jabroni decides to get back up and recovers or sell it that he got hurt, getting in slowly, and then because they were talking all this crap oh, I want to get my hands on them what they did to to Hart, and I want to kick their butts. And the minute they come in, they were not. Even Jr. said it on the telecast. There's your chance. Like, why don't you guys attack? Hello. So I don't know if there was a botch here or nerves or it
I
was
don't know.
very sloppy. And then
I don't know what the
they give her
segment was.
they give her the chair Malachi, and I thought she was going to turn heel. Also before when I noticed when they didn't attack right away and they were waiting, I thought Julia was going to come and hit the get the low blow on the Hollywood Blondes, but neither that happened. So it's like, what? That's what it left me, Adam.
Yeah, I was very confused by this entire segment. I would have been happy Julia turned heel. I also would have been happy if she turned face and hit one of the members of the House of Black. I would have
Correct.
been happy with either one of those, but
Would not.
neither one of those happened. And then we get Death Triangle coming out making the save. Very confusing.
Yeah, and then that was like a whole confusion. You saw Pac, you saw there. It's like, what? It's like,
Yeah,
I just
I don't know
telling
what that
people.
was.
It's like we're gonna try to squeeze everybody in as much as possible. We're gonna pack a bunch of shit and let's get them all out there. They're
Yep.
like a sausage. The AW was Dynamite like a sausage casing, and they were just gonna shove as much meat as possible in the sausage casing and snap it out. I don't know.
This was one of the
Yo,
most forgettable things on
Oh no, it gets
AEW.
worse. That gets worse. There's one
Uh,
more, in my opinion.
oh, it does
I
get
know.
worse.
I'm being honest with you. I'm being honest with you. You guys are even describing it to me, and I'm just like, I'm struggling to remember anything that happened. The only thing I remember is Jim Harbaugh, and in my mind, I'm like, hey, breaking news next week on AEW. Tony Khan's big announcements. We have signed Jim Harbaugh. uh, like literally, that's all I can picture in my head.
And then after all that commotion, Adam, tell us what happens after that.
Well, after all of that, after Death Triangle came out or before?
No, right after the Death Triangle, after
After Death
after they
Triangle
clear
came out.
house and you're like, oh,
Oh yeah, then you have them ripping off Julia's eye patch. We don't get to see what she looked like without the eye patch, which I think would have been cool, but instead she just kind of covers her eye. Then they go to the next match, and she's still exiting the ring.
yeah, yes, like what the heck? It's like they're running out of time, or I don't know what. It was like what? It's and then the next match starts. It's like it was a good. Let's talk about that next match because it was. I wanna
I'm
hear-
excited to get to the next match.
All right. So the next match we have. Before that, we have a quick Jade Cardo segment backstage. I was even really paying attention. So
I tend to see her as like, with the baddies, is like,
yeah, I think Jade Cardio is just a waste of time. So then we have Ray Phoenix versus Dante Martin. I'll let you guys go ahead.
Oh my
heel.
God.
Go ahead, heel.
Okay, so first off, I'll be honest with you, I did not care about Dante Martin. I was like, he looks like
You need
He-
to watch.
he-
Dante Martin is the future.
he literally looks like a guy that missed out on joining the Street Profits. But as for Ray Phoenix, though, he was the reason why I was really excited for this match. Because obviously, I want someone, and as I keep preaching for, number one, I think Ray Phoenix is a future Lucha Libre, and this guy has, I mean, for me at least, he's got the it factor when it comes to wrestling. I mean, literally.
You mean the future Lucha Libre? He's the president of Lucha Libre.
Well,
He's
you
the
know what I
president
mean.
in the future.
You know what I mean. Like, he's like he's got unlocked potential. That's what I'm saying. Like he can be bigger than what he is even now.
Okay.
And so, and I watched Ray Phoenix before. He's an amazing performer. And that's what got me really excited about this match. And and I was actually worried if even Dante could hang with the lucha style, because the lucha style is, yes, even though it's really fast, they have really unique moves, obviously, and you got to be more than just fast to hang with them. And I was impressed by Dante. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, okay, so you can hang a little bit with Luchas. Oh, that's cool. But and and the match just kept going, and I was like, okay, you know what? I was like, I'm actually number one. This Dante guy has great potential. I'm excited to see where he goes. He still needs a lot of seasoning, but good to see him. Do good against Ray Phoenix. And Ray Phoenix, I'm glad that he went over. The right guy went over, and I can actually say that I hope that he's one of the guys that win this whole thing. Because I'll be honest with you, if a guy like Jeff Hardy wins or something like that, they don't benefit from winning this. I'm just being honest with you. They're already established Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Like I know I hate to make this a comparison on the Jedi Sports Network, but it's kind of like what if the Yankees win the World Series again? It's like no one wins, really. It's like there's not really an amazing story like about the Yankees winning. I guess you can be like, oh, just it's his first ring, but other than that, there's no really.
I get your
story.
analogy. I get your analogy.
Yeah.
Because,
It's like
we'll be the 28th time champion.
yeah. It's like someone that actually could benefit from the tournament actually win it, like Ray Phoenix or someone like that. But yeah, but to me, this was actually I'll go as far to say either this or the Morrissey and Wardlow match. Either that one was probably my match of the night, the one I got more invested in. Because again, I'm just a big simp for lucha matches.
My thing is, after we saw all that crap with the House of Black and the Hollywood Blondes and then the Jade Cargill cut, and then it was refreshing. Me personally, I find that that was to me. I always call them an acrobatic match. I don't see that. I don't call that wrestling. That's acrobats. That's circus. But after watching all that junk that I saw prior, I kind of welcomed it. It was a good fight to see both competitors in the ring, especially when they both did that flip on the top ropes and they both landed on their feet. It was like, whoa, and the way they keep pushing the moves, it's like, I appreciate it. I thank you guys for doing that, competitor, but you don't know how much danger you're putting a little 7-year-old kid with your moves, because I guarantee the 7-year-old somewhere out there in Middle America is trying to do those moves and could break their neck. But I don't want to sound like the old man on Get Off My Lawn, which I am.
Right.
but but I respect that, and like I said, I was very welcoming seeing that fight after all that crap that I saw earlier. Before it, those different segments, and hats off. Like you said, the right guy won that fight. That
Yep.
match. The right guy, and it's going to be a good when he advances in the tournament. I think it's going to add flair to it.
Totally agree. Totally agree. There were a couple of matches. There were a couple of spots in this match that I really loved. One spot was the reverse Spanish fly off the top rope,
Yes.
the power bomb into the cutter, the Spanish fly with both guys landing on their feet, and then the reverse Hurricane Rana, and then Ray Phoenix winning with the driver. I thought were all
Solid.
great spots. This match was full of great spots. I would definitely put this, in my opinion, it definitely was better than the Wardlow Morrissey match.
Yeah,
I might even say that it was maybe even better than the Jericho Santana match.
I think it was.
okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and this goes to show too. I just want to tell everyone, you don't always have to be the winner of the match in order to get some rub, so to speak, or to get over a little bit. Because, Dante being the young guy and trying to get himself, I guess you say, some rub in the business. The fact that he proved he can hang with a guy like Ray Phoenix goes to prove, like, hey, you're gonna possibly be the future, dude. And if you keep proving yourself like this, you're gonna have yourself a great future in wrestling.
Not only that, other wrestlers want to work with you because
Yes.
the way you worked, and even though you lost this fight, or you put Phoenix over, you made it look good, and that's one thing in the business that they respect. If can you help me put this match over and have people speak about it, even despite you win or loss, but man, that was a good fight. They put that match over. They did some
Yeah.
incredible things, and if this kid continues doing that, he's gonna, his stock is gonna rise, in my opinion.
Yeah, because imagine, because now Ray Phoenix can travel here to America, or he can even go back to Mexico, and he's gonna talk about to everyone, hey, I work with this kid. He's actually really safe and good. You might want to work with him if you ever go to AEW or wherever he's wrestling at the time.
Yeah, and or
Yeah.
indies or any indie
Yeah.
promotion.
Yeah, anywhere.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Oh, then we go to the Owen bracket, and we actually now have the Owen Foundation Tournament bracket, and it's revealed that there's going to be a Joker.
Santino Marella?
Yo, you know what? I never thought about that.
Sonny
Or
Owen,
would it be a sister
Oh,
Santino? Yeah.
for the women's division?
Right. Oh, any predictions on who the Joker might be?
Oh my god! If it's Santino, I swear I would be so happy to watch AEW.
See, knowing AEW, it's gonna be a former WWE wrestler. The way, just like, because I think Tony Khan loves to see Tony Schiavone wet his pants, and on camera. Oh my God, he's here! He's here!
It's
that's
Tony
what
Khan himself. Imagine that.
Yeah. So
I think it's going to be Brock Lesnar.
okay.
No,
I could tell you what Miss McMahon would say. No chance. That's not.
On a serious note, I think it's going to be someone from New Japan, maybe Kota Ibushi, maybe Tetsuya Naito. I don't think they're going to get Okada because he's a world champion right now, so I don't think it's going to be him. I don't think it's going to be Kenny because I don't think he's going to be able to come back in time from his injury.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be somebody big from New Japan.
I think it's gonna be I think it'll be Peacemaker.
A Peacemaker, that'd be funny. Oh my! You know how much popularity AEW would get if John Cena appeared in any way in their nation.
Yeah, no.
And Vince would get pissed. He'd be like, John. I can just imagine that phone call. John, I heard you in AEW. What is up with that? What are you doing there?
He's under contract still with WWE. So.
Yeah.
When Brock Lesnar. When Brock Lesnar, sorry to cut you off, but when Brock Lesnar debuts, man, I can't wait. I can't wait to Kev to come on the show and say, "See, I told you it was going to be Brock."
No, I think it might be Cesaro. I was telling you that off the air. I think it might be Cesaro. Cesaro hasn't been seen, hasn't been signed or wrestled in quite some time. I don't know if he's still home, back in his country with the quarantine and visa issues or whatever the case may be.
It's Kev. You're the Joker. It's Kev.
No, but also remember, they want to, whoever this is, it's got to be something that's going to cause immediate heat or pop with Samoa Joe. So, someone that Samoa Joe.
Yeah, Lesnar's perfect. You got to admit, Lesnar Joe would be a dream match.
That would be, but I don't see it. I don't see that happening. You have a better chance of Big Cass being signed again and wrestle there.
You mean Enzo?
Well,
Enzo. We want Enzo. No, we don't. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, that was
good. Love that.
That was phenomenal. No, we don't.
All right. So then we have Thunder Rosa calling out Serena Deeb. This segment was just okay. Serena Deeb, I don't know what was up with her, but she got really old, and I don't know if she had botched plastic surgery or something, but her face was just I'm sorry, but Serena just looked awful.
She looked like a catcher's mitt.
What's that? Yeah, it did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Serena. I'm sorry to anyone who's going to hate on me for saying that, but yeah, Serena just looked terrible.
This is one of the worst segments they ever did. I know they want to try to put Thunder Rosa over. I like Thunder Rosa. I think, I'm happy that she took that belt away from Britt Baker. I like the fact that she has the strap, but what a terrible, that we could have done without that, and it was a bad segment. Just announce it, let them wrestle, and so forth. But that was it was terrible. It's like,
yeah,
You're
Just
picking, you're taking the women's division and like, ugh, it's like you talk, and then you guys have the nerve to say Charlotte and Rousey's terrible. No, no, yeah, they said in AEW here, hold my beer.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't call my beer.
Oh man.
Okay.
Speaking of things that didn't make sense, let's move on to the main event, shall we, boys?
Oh yeah. Well. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Okay. You can go ahead and do your hype up thing, but I got a funny story about this. Adam, go ahead and talk about this.
All
Match.
right.
I got a funny story about my
It's
reaction.
time for the main event. And I'm thinking, wow, what could possibly be left? They did the 2 Owen matches. They did the Wardlow match. They did a bunch of other stuff. They had, the Jericho match. What could possibly be left for them to do? Well, the thing that everybody cares about, the thing that everyone cares about and has been wondering for a long time, who is the real Ring of Honor World Champion, World Women's Champion?
Me.
The thing that has been on our minds for so long, we can sleep tonight because now we know who the real Ring of Honor Women's Champion is. Why the F would they close with this on a Dynamite? I mean, this isn't Lita Trish. This is Mercedes Martinez versus Purrazzo. I just wrote Purrazzo because I even know her first name.
I don't even know.
The fans were sitting on their hands. I promise you, I'm not making this up. They clapped when it was over. This was a very disappointing main event, guys.
I was like, you know what? I was like, all right, I'm gonna give it a chance. Mercedes Martinez, okay, Spanish lady, and then I saw the cuts for Purrazzo, and then when Purrazzo, coming to the ring, she has, she has, she got a good get up and whatever the case is, and when I come out here, I go, who is this heifer fighting this?
I think I had the best reaction because I wasn't paying attention at the time. I was just watching the show, and then when they had this happen, and then surprise, Mercedes, whatever her name is, won. Martinez, I believe it is, and I was like, okay, good for her, she won. And then I remember it transferred over to the next show. I was like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
There was no pop. There was no pop. There was no
I
heat
heard
in the crowd.
them say main event.
Hold on, Adam and Kevin. This is literally me. So I was like, wait, what time is it? That can't be. I was like, I remember looking at my phone. I was like, oh, it's 9:02. I was like, oh, that was the main event. I was like, okay then.
Yes.
All right.
They went right into Rogue One. They went right into Star Wars Rogue One, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, why would they? And I thought maybe they're going to give them some time. They're going to tear the house down. It's going to be a great match. It was not a great match.
No, it wasn't. You got a submission win by Mercedes Martinez, and I think, what was it in a what kind of submission hold was that, Adam? Did you remember? Or it doesn't really matter. It was just a submission hold. It was.
Yeah, she won by submission.
It was so solid show, but what a funny way they end the show.
Yeah, it was like, okay, what happened here? Like, it, like I said, that could have been a middle match, and you could have, like I mentioned earlier, those that are listening to the podcast, either on audio platform and those that are watching it later in either YouTube, Rumba, Twitch, Facebook, Periscope, and wherever you watch it and hear it, I mentioned that I would have liked to see the opening with Matt Hardy, with the Bucks, ending it with the Hardy Boys and the Bucks stare down on that opening contest, but it didn't happen that way. And then you could close it out. You could actually zoom in with the camera angle, looking at each other, and you're setting up something. Oh damn, Hardy's versus, and you would have left it like Hardy's versus Young Bucks, and you're actually thinking about the possibility. That match would be crazy. All the tag team high flying and all these crazy stuff. But you ended up with these two ladies.
Yeah, Evil Kev was booking tonight's show.
I didn't. I didn't agree with you at the beginning of this show that they should have closed with that. But now, after talking about the main event, anything would have been better. I mean,
Even
would have
Tony,
been. It
even
would.
Tony Salami saying, getting crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Anything. Wes playing. Heel playing guitar would have been better. You know, any, anything.
Nah.
Anything would have been better.
Did you see that act?
I mean, I thought maybe okay, this is gonna be like the next Trish Lita, because they closed Raw. I said I'm gonna give it a chance, but I just don't care about either of these women. They haven't built this match. I mean, maybe they did build it up, but they built it up in
Nobody's seen
not
it.
a way that should close Dynamite.
No.
No.
Not at
This
that
is- I
hour.
mean-
Not that hour of the night, Adam. Not at that hour of the night.
I could maybe see this match closing Rampage. Maybe.
Yeah, Rampage. Rampage
yeah.
would have been all right, but Dynamite, no.
Right
No.
now, they're struck. They have. I don't know what the hell. And everyone thinks everyone's excited and the possibilities of all Ring of Honor now in Tony Khan's hand. But to be honest with you, the last few times that he's closed out with Ring of Honors, it's like botches and garbage. You telling me that with Jay Lethal and that big doofus?
Man,
that was
so bad.
stupid.
Let's
It
just
killed the
address
whole
the
card.
elephant. Let's just address the elephant in the room. Right now, the AEW Women's Division doesn't really have a big name. They don't have like a Madison Rayne. They don't have a Charlotte Flair.
Are you kidding me?
Who-
They
who
have
they-
they have a lot of names. They have Ruby Soho. They have Jade Cargill.
They're not using her properly.
No,
Yeah.
they're not.
She's just she's like what I
But-
thought. She got the pop coming in here, and
Yeah.
What
They
about
haven't-
Taya Valkyrie? Don't they have her, or is she not signed?
They
to
had
ours?
her. They had
Oh,
her.
yeah, she's no
What
longer there.
happened?
I don't think she's
I
longer
think they
there.
let her go.
Why?
I think they gave her a release. I'm gonna have to check on that.
She would have been a big name in this
And
spot.
also
Yeah.
Tully Blanchard as well. That she's signing with that was it?
Yeah,
the
Tessa
women's-
Blanchard.
Tessa,
They had Tessa
Why are
Blanchard.
you letting these big names go? But that you're giving, you know what?
Listen,
Oh, man.
I don't know. Is the women's division having a Joker? I don't know. Do you know of or no?
I'm sorry.
Is the women's bracket of the Owen Hart? Is there a Joker bracket as well?
I don't know yet. I don't think we have the bracket for that yet.
I think if there is one, and I'm just gonna make a prediction of two ladies to keep an eye out that I can see: Amber Moon or Nia Jax.
Ooh, those would be interesting.
Now, I don't know if Nia Jax will sign because it will hurt the status of the whole Iguana family. What is it? Iguano, the Rocks family. The whole lineage.
Yeah.
If they go into there, but. I don't know. Nia Jax needs to eat too, so she doesn't.
Oh
they're
my
not gonna-
god! Just stop.
I was very surprised. I was very surprised that WWE let Ember Moon go. That was a huge mistake.
She didn't pop in the main roster, Adam. She got the
Yeah.
opportunity and the crowd didn't feel her. She just didn't take her level didn't take herself to another level in WWE when they brought her up from NXT. She didn't get over. in
But
my
they're
opinion.
popping for Bianca Belair. I mean, I like Bianca.
Bianca got over though.
She
but-
relates to the little girls a lot more easier than Ember because
Correct.
Ember is scarier to little girls.
Oh yeah, there we go. AJ Marshall, thank you. He says Taja is in Impact.
Yeah, but I don't understand why AEW would just let her go. Like, why they didn't push her or utilize her? She's one of the biggest women wrestlers right now. in
Well,
the world.
they can still use her if she's an Impact.
Right. As well as
Well, get her
Mickey-
back.
Mickey J as well. AEW, she's in Impact, even though she's hardcore
Tony
Impact.
Khan, dude, wake up.
I mean, they have other great women. I mean, like besides Ruby Soho, they have Britt Baker, DMD. Well, by the way, in my opinion, should be like the top. I mean, she was at the top. She just lost the title recently, but she could still be at the top of the women's division.
I don't see the great. I tell you, I don't know what they're gonna do with Jay Cargill. Like they make it seem like the TNT title is more elusive more glamorous than the women's AEW women's title, in my opinion. You know,
Yeah, I do not like Jade Cargill at all.
they're building her up to be something. I don't know. They could have women. They could have really good women wrestlers there. You know, don't forget Ty Conti is also another one that could be booked well as well. But they got the wrestlers. I think Thunder Rosa is a good wrestler. I like Thunder Rosa.
Yes,
You
I like
know,
her too.
they just gotta find a feud that makes sense with her. You can't have a fight. Nia Rose again. That's no. They just gotta find a really good feud. You can't go back to Britt Baker again. So it's like we need one of the ladies. Maybe you're right, Adam. Maybe she needs to do a program with Ruby Soho. Maybe and let her just go. But I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe they just need to start signing some women, or maybe start bringing some more women over from Impact. I don't know, but
Impact
or even
or release NXT ladies.
yeah, or maybe even bring in some ladies that they had in Ring of Honor as well. Well, they're kind of doing that, but we saw what happened. Well, it's not that it was. It would have been that match that I cannot believe main evented Dynamite. Um,
Again, what time is it? Oh, that was main event. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah. That's like you want to watch a big movie and then you're waiting for the end, and it gave you that like, like when the Sopranos finishes, like really, that's the end of the Sopranos.
don't stop.
Yeah, don't stop
Yeah.
believing. Yeah, you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, And,
Oh,
and,
man.
and if you and I'm gonna make a spoiler here, so if you please mute or pause, but it's like the ending of No Ozark. Like, oh, really?
Yeah. It would have been okay at maybe like the top of the second.
Oh, someone fell.
Adam dropped the ball like AEW's booking in the main event.
Sorry about that. It would have been an okay match if they started the second hour with it. I would have
Yes.
just fast forwarded through it. I would have said, guys, sorry, I have no notes on this match. Do I even have any notes on this match? Let me see if I have any notes.
You
Fans-
go make a
Just a-
evening a quick snack or whatever the case is.
Just so it's something positive, I do think Mercedes Martinez has a lot of potential. I've seen her do good stuff before, and
But she's
Yeah.
but
She's a good wrestler.
she's a good
Yeah.
wrestler, but she looks old. No disrespect.
Well, maybe they need to put her in there with Serena Deeb. Maybe they can be like the old lady tag team.
the old lady.
Okay,
tag.
You
The
know,
old lady.
and besides, I'm proud. I'm excited to see both Thunder Rosa and Martinez both like being a Latin heritage to see them with the.
What's
the
next?
strap.
What's next? Are they
But
gonna come down
she
to the
looks
Golden
old.
Girls theme song?
She looks old. She looks old. I'm like, okay, and then the other young lady looked fat. So I'm like, okay, like bad. You could see, So we'll call this a night. I know Adam and myself got to
Yeah.
get up early in the morning and we got to
Yep.
get going. So, give us your final thoughts, Adam, and close this out so we could. Again,
right.
thank you guys for listening, and Adam will do the closer part.
Hey, thank you guys for having me. And I thought that this was a pretty solid Dynamite. We got at least 2 or 3 very solid matches. The Wardlow match was solid. Jericho match was very good. And the Dante Martin versus Ray Phoenix match was very good. I want to see more matches like that on Dynamite. It did have a lot of fluff. It did have like a lot of talky segments. Maybe it had a few too many talky segments. A couple of matches, like Kev said before, they tried to squeeze a lot of sausage into the show. So maybe next time instead of doing like the 2 and 3 tag matches, maybe give some of the other matches more time. I would have loved for the Dante match to have more time. But yeah, it was a lot of stuff squeezed into a 2-hour show. But other than the main event of Dynamite being a women's match to determine an undisputed. All right. I'm gonna
You
stop
shouldn't
ranting
say
about
women's
that.
match, you sexist. You should say a bad women's match.
Well, I tell the truth here. What can I say?
You know
Anyway,
what? And if you don't want to get slammed, for being sexist, Kev, you should just put him on the list right now and just end the show.
Chip, you know what? You just made the list.
Oh, no. Oh, here we go.
There you go, you sexist pig.
You guys have any final thoughts?
Okay.
Oi, oi.
Yeah.
I'm awesome! You people bought a ticket to see me, so shut up.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no control.
Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you live under a rock,
I might
you
grab
are
a bat,
looking
I
at
don't
the
know, my
youngest
rap,
and
my blood
fastest
boils
rising
over
star
like,
in
oh God, here
professional
goes. I
wrestling
lost all
today.
feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change.